Kaduna State Governor, Uba Sani has demanded the Governor of Plateau State, Mutfwang, to take full charge and direct the operations of security agencies until the suspected killers of 12 persons among the occupants of a 18-seater bus that were traveling from Zaria to Quan Pan local government area of Plateau State for wedding ceremony when group of youths stopped the vehicle at Mangun community in Mangu local government area of Plateau State, mobbed the travelers, with some of the victims burned to death inside the bus while about 11 persons escaped with severe injuries. According to Kaduna State Governor, Uba Sani, in a press release he personally signed and made available on Saturday, he said the criminals must be fished out and dealt with accordingly. He said, "We received with shock and deep sorrow news of the killing of 12 Kaduna State citizens in the troubled Mangun district of Mangu local government, Plateau State. 11 others sustained various degrees of injuries. The innocent travelers met the deaths while traveling to Quan Pan local government of Plateau State for a wedding ceremony. We condemn in the strongest terms these acts of savagery. The criminals must be fished out and dealt with accordingly. We call on security agencies to leave no stone unturned until these criminal elements are hunted down and brought to justice. We must put a stop to the nefarious activities of non-state actors. There is no justification for anybody to attack any citizen of Nigeria in any part of the country. This madness must stop. Enough is enough. I also call on the Plateau State Governor, His Excellency, Barrister Mutfwang, to use this unfortunate incident to make a bold statement. He must take full charge of the situation and direct the operations of the security agencies until the murderers are brought to justice. I will personally follow up on the progress made in the investigations and field operations in search of the criminals. We must send a clear signal that impunity will no longer be tolerated. Let me use this opportunity to call on the citizens of Kaduna State to remain calm. All hands are on deck to ensure that our murdered citizens get justice. We have made remarkable progress in peace building and conflict transformation in Kaduna State. The Kaduna peace model is a pointer to the fact that with political will, commitment and sincerity of purpose, a toxic environment can be turned to an oasis of peace. The situation in Plateau State is not irredeemable. The bloodshed must stop. Our deepest condolences to the families of our citizens who lost their precious lives in Mangu local government. I am in touch with the families of the victims. We shall do all in our power to lessen their pains. We shall also ensure that the injured victims receive adequate medical attention. May the gentle souls of our departed citizens rest in perfect peace, said the Kaduna State Governor, Uba Sani. Plateau State Governor, Mutfwang, in a statement issued by Gyangbir, the Director of Press and Public Affairs to the Executive Governor of Plateau State on June 21, 2025, said the travelers missed their way and unfortunately found themselves at the Mangun community where the people in the community have suffered sustained terrorist attacks. Verbatim, the statement reads, "The Executive Governor of Plateau State, His Excellency, Barrister Mutfwang, has expressed deep shock and sorrow over the tragic mob action that claimed the lives of 8 individuals in Mangun district of Mangu local government area on the evening of Friday, June 20, 2025, at approximately 6 p.m. Preliminary reports confirm that the victims, who were traveling from Zaria in Kaduna State to Quan Pan local government area of Plateau State for a wedding, lost their way and inadvertently ran into a tense and volatile situation in Mangun, a community grappling with sustained terrorist attacks. Tragically, the incident resulted in the loss of 8 innocent lives, while several others sustained varying degrees of injuries and are currently receiving treatment at the General Hospital in Mangu. Governor Mutfwang, who visited the survivors in the hospital and the scene of the unfortunate incident, expressed profound grief and described the mob action as totally condemnable and avoidable. He noted with sadness that the Mangun district and adjoining districts of Chakfem in Mangu local government area and Mushir in Bokos local government area have, for over a month, suffered coordinated terrorist assaults resulting in daily casualties and mass displacements, plunging communities into mourning and distress. However, he emphasized that the prolonged attacks do not justify such a senseless act against innocent commuters. Speaking at the scene of the incident, Governor Mutfwang said, "Today is a tragic day for us in Plateau State. I never imagined such a senseless act of violence could occur within our borders, especially considering the commendable efforts of our youths in this community and neighboring districts who have consistently risen to support security agencies in defending against criminal incursions. It is deeply disheartening that the same youths who have shown courage and patriotism would turn around and take the law into their own hands. This is utterly unacceptable, and the government will not sweep it under the carpet. We are working to build a plateau that is welcoming to all and hospitable to visitors. We have been educating our young people about the importance of allowing free passage on all roads across the state, and this incident has come to us as a rude shock." Governor Mutfwang further stated, "I want to reassure Nigerians that Plateau remains a safe place for all travelers. I have spoken with my colleague, the Executive Governor of Kaduna State, to brief him on this unfortunate incident. I have also reached out to His Royal Highness, the Emir of Zaria, to express my heartfelt condolences over this tragic loss of lives. In the spirit of solidarity, we will be sending a high-level delegation to commiserate with the government and people of Kaduna State as well as the Zaria Emirate." The governor extended his heartfelt condolences to the bereaved families and the government and people of Kaduna State, stressing that such acts of violence have no place in a civilized society. While acknowledging the pain and frustration of communities under siege, he strongly warned against resorting to jungle justice or mob action regardless of provocation. He directed the General Hospital in Mangu and all other medical facilities attending to the victims to provide optimal care, assuring that the Plateau State government will bear the full cost of treatment. The governor reaffirmed his administration's commitment to standing with the victims and their families during this difficult time. Governor Mutfwang also charged security agencies to conduct a thorough investigation into the incident, ensure that justice is served, and implement proactive measures to prevent any recurrence. He reiterated that Plateau people are renowned for their hospitality, peaceful disposition, and acceptance of others and pledged to uphold those cherished values under his leadership. In a gesture of solidarity, the governor has constituted a high-powered delegation to visit the Kaduna State Government and the families of the deceased in Zaria to convey the heartfelt condolences of the government and people of Plateau State. Governor Mutfwang also used the opportunity to condemn the ongoing wave of killings and destruction in rural communities across Bokos, Mangu, Riem, Barkan Ladi, and Bassa local government areas, which have led to widespread displacement and a worsening humanitarian crisis. On behalf of the government and the peace-loving people of Plateau State, the governor extended sincere sympathies to all those affected, prayed for the speedy recovery of the injured, and sought divine comfort for the bereaved. Former Nigeria Minister of Digital Economy, Professor Isa Ali Ibrahim Pantami said, "We are saddened to hear about the brutal killings of around 21 travelers from the Basawa community in Zaria, Kaduna State. As reported by the national dailies, they were killed in Mangu, Plateau State, last Friday on their way to attend a marriage ceremony. 11 others among them received various injuries. May Allah grant them shahada and heal the injured. This is increasingly unfortunate and worrisome, especially given that just last week, we were saddened by the killing of our citizens in Benue State." As reported, the victims of Plateau State, a group of 31 men, women, and children, were traveling in an 18-seater bus belonging to Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria, when criminals brutally attacked them around 8 p.m. and killed them, including the groom's father.
Bringing you the news in a more digital way.